What's up, everyone? Walker here, back with Walk Easy Disc Golf, and we are about halfway through the year, which means we're about halfway through the disc golf season. So I thought it'd be a good idea to give everyone an update on my in the bag, or what's in the bag for this season. So let's get into it. I'm rocking with the Squatch Bag 2.0 charcoal and orange, and I'll go ahead and start with putting putters. So as of this year, I just started putting with P2s. Only because I sent a picture to my friend Jake at the beginning of the year. I am a chronic, if my putt's bad, it's the putter and not me. So I decided this year to make a switch and say, whichever putters you pick, I'll putt all year with and give a good old college try. And he picked the P2s. I think these are the Discmania originals. They feel like Flex 2s, and they are nice and beat up. I actually bought them used already, and they've been working really well for me this year. Throwing putters. We've got 4 throwing putters, really. Start with the most understable. Understable, I went with the Kids Collection Swan in the BT Medium. I've had a Swan in the bag in 2020, and I used it a lot I used it for tomahawk approaches, scuba approaches under the basket. Next is a new Fission Envy special edition that I got with earnings from a doubles tournament that I played at Persimmon Ridge with my friend Will. Ended up getting this Fission Envy. Nice and stable, and if I put a lot of torque into it, it'll hold the line that it's on, but it always wants to come back flat to stable. Jonesboro Open Fly Mark. My friend Will picked this up for me, an Alden Harris PA1 in the what seems like a Spectrum plastic. It's really nice. 500 plastic. Love it. Got his signature on it. Love Alden. Last throwing putter I've got is this beat up paper plate of a BT Medium Harp that I've had in the bag since 2020. In and out of the bag since 2020. This has a perfect dent right there. I think you can see it. That is where, if you get your thumb right there, that is how you know you've got a good forehand approach, which is just about my bread and butter in my game because I don't do well off the tee. You get your thumb right above the west in the west side. This thing is still really stable with all those dents in it. And those are the 4 throwing putters that I'm working with. Let's get to mids. All right, mids. Let's get it started. We're going from understable first. Trying not to show my bow number. Going with an Abra stamp. Shout out Jake. He drew a bunch of Pokemon on my disc. Love Pokemon a lot. Got this Trilogy Challenge 2020 in Camden. The first tournament I ever played. We got bounties, and I have had this in the bag ever since. Hyzer flip up to flat and turn. It is so good in the woods. I could not recommend this Fusion or Lucid bounty anymore. Love it. New addition to the bag, Westside Disc VIP Kids Collection Pine. This isn't quite a truth. I wouldn't put it in a truth category. Straight to stable. Straight if you give it a lot of torque. Really like this disc. A lot of glide, good dome to it. And what everybody's been wanting all over town, a hex. Love this thing. Punch this with as much as I want. Flip up to flat. Hold straight. get a little bit of turn out of it if I want that angle. Finishes flat to slightly stable. Love the hex. If you can find one, I'd get one. And then, newest addition to the bag, had to go with the namesake, Lone Star Walker. This thing is stable. See that rim on it right there? Really aggressive underside of the flight plate. This thing wants to get left quick. Still has glide. It has a 3 glide. When you throw it on forehand, it'll hold in the air. It doesn't want to die out too fast. Love this disc. I've only had it in the bag for a couple weeks. If you need a disc to get left, this is a good one. If you don't have an arm for it, I don't think I'd recommend this. This thing is stable. I think that might be all the rest of the mids. Fairway time. Fairways. A lot of fairways in the bag. I am a huge proponent of the fairway just because I love the way the rim feels in my hand on most fairways. Some of those big distance drivers like Nukes and stuff like that are too big. I've got pretty decent size hands, but they don't feel as comfortable. So starting from the most understable, we're going Fission, Special Edition, Insanity. This thing, thrown hard, flip all the way up, right over to the right. A lot of my fairways serve similar purposes, but sometimes you just can't choose which disc you want and which disc you don't. So if you've got room in the bag, I keep them in there. Enjoy the Insanity. Another shout out to Westside. I am a Westside stan at the moment. The Hatchet from the kids collection. Love the stamp on this. This thing wants to get right for sure. This is hyzer flip. One of the local courses around here, Central Baptist course, has a few wide open holes, and this right here will just glide and glide and glide to the right the whole time. I like that in a disc. It really plays in the woods, especially out at a place like Craighead. We go Play It Again Special. Shout out Foundation. Found a Battle for Bedford Avenger SS in crystal plastic in the used section for like $8. This thing, surprisingly stable. Not overstable by any means. Surprisingly stable for an Avenger SS. Not my roller disc of choice, for sure. But this thing will flip up, hold straight, even when you put some torque on it, and still finish to the left the majority of the time. Very nice disc. Must have in the bag for me. Workhorse disc number 1. Crave. Love the Crave. Bagged it last year. Throwing all over the wooded courses. 6.5 speed. This thing, just above a mid-range is what the numbers have it as. This will fly just as far as almost any of my 9 speeds that I have. So if that tells you anything, Axiom does a fantastic job. Love this disc. Love the pink peppermint style swirl on there. Great disc. Then we go dead straight. You want dead straight, you need FD or TeeBird. Both of these discs, I could really choose between if I wanted to. It's a toss-up either way. Both of these discs, this has been in my bag since 2020, this G-Star TeeBird. FD hasn't been in there as long, but it's been in there probably 6 months. Holy cow. These will fly dead straight if you put it flat, and will finish out to the left wherever you want it to. Pushing for me, anything within 320-ish, I am using, if there's not a bunch of wind, FD, TeeBird every time. Great. Now we start getting a little stable. Westside stand coming back out. The Bear. The Bear, nice sharp edge, sharp bevel underneath, nice and stable. 8.6, negative 0.5, 2.5 in the VIP ice plastic. This is an overstable fairway. I don't think I would put it up against the Felons that I really love, but I've had it in the bag a short time. Almost more of a utility disc to me, but I haven't found a reason to take it out yet. I may take it out and see if I notice and try that out. But right now, the Bear is in the bag. Only second overstable to my Lucid Metal Flake Felon. This thing right here, I'm trying to cover up my phone number. This thing right here. Board flat, no dome, great feel in the hand. This is my forehand roller distance disc. You heard me right. Distance forehand rollers. If I can't get there with the backhand, or if it's a low ceiling and trees are in the way, or I'm in the woods and need something to get distance fast, forehand roller, board flat, just right here on this angle as hard as I can, and let this thing will ride, stand up, and just finish out to the left, no problem. At Persimmon Ridge, I threw this in our doubles match with Will over 500 feet with a really good right to left wind, and it just carried and carried and carried. Could not recommend. If you know where the board flat Metal Flake Felons are, let me know, because I need them. That's all the fairways. Let's get to the drivers and finish this out. Distance, drivers, let's get into it. 2020 staple. I went to Infinite Disc, no free ads, bought 2-star Wraiths. One of them has been in my bag ever since, and I lost the other. Great disc. Hyzer flip to flat for an 11 speed. If I throw it flat, it'll turn over to the right and hold it. I've got to hit it just right to get my max distance out of it. But with how many trees this has hit and all the wear and tear on the sides, this has turned into a great woods distance driver. This video brought to you by the word great, by the way. Next, 11 speed. Trace. Sarah Hokum Cosmic Neutron Trace. Got this from the Wildcat Open in Cedar Glades and Hot Springs. Put it in the bag. Started throwing it for distance out at Crowley's Ridge College course. And this thing wants to go straight. Finishes to the left, really nice. But I can throw it hard and flat. This one's nearly board flat as well. Not a ton of dome on that. Aim just right on my target, hit it hard, and it will go straight and sit down to the left. Really happy with this disc in my bag. Lone Star Nimitz. Newest driver to the bag, and this is going to knock something out, I promise. A nice little dome to that 11 speed Wraith-like. I mean, nice and gummy. In the heat, it might have to get pushed out of the bag, maybe. But right now, it's been a little hot, and I've still been able to just put the torque into this and just let it ride and let it glide. Big fan of what Lone Star's been putting out, and I'm very new to throwing Lone Star, and I'm really enjoying it. Let's see, what other... I guess we just go 12 speeds. 12 speeds. 3 destroyers. Champion Blizzard Destroyer. Weight on this cannot be more than 160. Can't be more than 150 maybe. This is great. No wind, max distance, let it ride. Decent dome. Utility distance. Destroyed Destroyer, Play It Again special, $4.99. Flat, very little dome Destroyer. Power on this as much as I want. Will turn over. I don't think I've ever had it turn into a thrower. So until that happens, this is a staple in the bag for distance. Will hold up in the wind as well. And the Mac Daddy, the very domey, everyone knows it, everyone loves it, Vinny Destroyer. This thing is beef. Beef, 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 no matter what. Headwind, 15, 20 miles per hour. You can throw this however you want. It's going left. I don't have the arm for it, but if I need something to skip and get left, this is the disc. Maybe one day my arm can reach this speed. As for now, utility. If I had to pick one disc out of my bag that was my max distance guaranteed disc, it would be Patrick Starr. Hades. Discraft, Hades, ESP. Shout out Kyle for the artwork. This disc, I started on, always throw. Personally, for Discraft, I'm throwing on the lettering. You put this on a hyzer angle, it is flipping up and over. Max distance for me every time. Could not recommend this enough. Beginner players max distance. Intermediate, recreational to intermediate player max distance. Advanced player roller. Boom. There you go. Last but not least, my forehand max distance, most likely, Beyond Disc Golf, Simon Lizotte, Photon. Fantastic series, no free ads. Go watch this. It's so good. Talk about flat. That's what it is. Can't even hardly see it when it's standing up straight. Forehand, forehand, forehand. Backhand skip, and that's all I need it for. As for accessories in the bag, let's see what we got. In the top putter pocket, we've got our PDGA Mini. We've got a Found in the Woods 1010 discs, Sport Sac. We got a shout out Kyle for the Flamingo Whale Sac. And let's see, do we have anything in the side? We got towels. We've got Bushnell Ledgestone rangefinder. Shout out Caleb from Ledgestone that I met up there last year, and he got one with his VIP pack. Met him on the first day. He said, I've already got one. Here's this. So thank you so much, Caleb. I put a ton of use into that. Other pocket, what are we working with? We got another towel. Another towel, that's about it. And water bottles. Sunflower seeds are taken out for softball right now. Beef jerky, double G craft jerky, always taken out for softball right now. Love, love, love the Squatch bag. Pricey, but it's holding up, holding its color, being out in the sun all the time, holds every disc and every accessory. Love it to death. I think that's about it for the in the bag. That is literally everything I've got in there. So if you enjoyed, which I hope you did, don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm hoping to put out a lot more disc golf content coming soon in the future, now that I've actually got a camera and a mic and a tripod and all the things you need to record. And last shout out, Big Johnson Outdoors. lifetime sponsor. My dad's channel. If you like outdoor content that's not disc golf, go and check it out. He's putting out tons of good content right now, and I'll put the link in the description to that. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.